Have you
and
it's really good.
I've not
Have you never seen Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead? It's amazing.
Is that the one with the fast zombies?
Yeah.
And the little girl?
Yeah.
I've certainly seen the promo for it. I don't know if I've seen the film.
And I don't know who made Day of the Dead, but Day of the Dead's been remade as well. And Mina Savari's in it, and it's not very good.
I think I probably gave up because at some point I saw one with a truck. What was that one?
That is Land of the Dead, but
Dead.
That's George Romero, so it's not a remake. It's his fourth zombie movie.
Right, okay.
Yep.
I thought it was in the same basket as these remakes. And
I
guess I watched some of it and thought it was pretty pants.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Anywho, welcome to the Zombie Cast.
This is a podcast about zombies.
It's actually a news programme, all about the week's movie, TV and pop culture news. If you like that sort of thing, then stick around. We've also got another podcast, a review show, which sounds like it's going to be all me this week, because Ross has been decorating.
Yeah,
not much else.
Lifing. Oh no, I've played a few video games.
Have you? Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Oh no, I've got films to talk about. Oh,
even better. Right, cool. Let's crack on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SNEWS Button with Mr. Ross Murphy.
Hello.
And me, Mr. Chris Quinton. Hello. Hello. No listener questions or anything this week? No listener? No debrief flips?
I've got some news for you, though.
Have you?
It's about 25 degrees in here, isn't it?
It's quite warm.
But I reckon inside these headphones, my ears are about 40.
I'm
already... we're like 2 minutes in and I'm brewing up to take headphones off.
Fair enough.
I just want to make sure I haven't forgotten how to talk into a microphone before I take them off.
I think this is okay. Can't hear any popping or anything.
I can still hear loads of 60 hertz.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just
but it doesn't come out on the podcast.
It's because we've got cheap equipment, you see.
Mate, if you saw the floor of this podcast studio, in inverted commas, then you'd be like, oh, that's where all these 60 hertz hums coming from.
You mean all the cables laying all over each other and stuff?
Yep.
It's very professional. Just like a real studio.
It is vastly improved on even how it was 3 months ago.
Yeah, true. Little bit at a time. Just what you can afford.
Like my bathroom.
What we really need is a Patreon account, isn't it?
And people to listen to the podcast to subscribe to it.
More subscribers, actually. That would be handy.
Yeah.
If you could really help us out, folks, by sharing this podcast around your mates and stuff.
But I appreciate that it's also the hardest thing in the world to do.
What, getting people to share stuff?
No, just getting people to listen to a podcast.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I find it's a huge barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Like there's one good thing in the Apple app. You can send individual episodes to people.
Right.
So you can literally just click on and go share and then text it to somebody.
Oh, really?
And shows where they interview individuals, quite often I'll share them with people. Like I sent one to my brother-in-law the other day because Christian Guru Murti does a long-form interview show where one of them he interviewed Johnny Marr. So I just went, oh, my brother-in-law would love that. And he listened to that.
Right.
But if you go, oh, you should listen to this podcast, people automatically do that thing where they go, nope.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know how everyone has to arrive at media on their own?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't tell anybody to consume anything because they just go, no, I have to arrive there on my own. They won't take your word.
I've got so much to do. I can't afford the time. I can't do this. I can't
like Anna
do that,
hasn't watched Breaking Bad because everybody bangs on about Breaking Bad.
Right.
Which is not a reason not to see something.
No, this is
true.
See,
with music, I'm not the explorer. I'm just the guy back home when Scott gets back from Antarctica and goes, yeah, the South Pole is there.
Right.
Whereas, because I don't listen to music, so I just get music filtered to me by people and they say, check this out, and I'll listen to a band.
See, I'm a John Peel radio show type listener. You know, I'll go and, listen to people that are playing new stuff. I've just been to a festival this weekend, and it was quite nice sort of finding new bands that I've never heard of before.
I fucking hate that.
Really?
Yeah, just go to a festival and listen to a load of music I've not heard before.
Fair enough. Couple of people to check out though. Tankus the Henge, they're very good. Really lively, bouncy kind of.
Don't say it because I'm obviously not going to bother. But
proving your own point there, Ross.
But where with podcasts, it's the other way around. I listen to loads of podcasts.
Right.
To the point where I just
We're just kind of
dropping
dependent
new
on
ones
people
and stuff.
searching for specifics on
Well, yeah, because there's
iTunes
too much
and stuff, aren't
out there as well, isn't there?
Yeah. What do we do? If anyone out there has got any ideas about how we could share and distribute the show and stuff and get more listeners, by all means, chuck it at us. Write us an email, anything you like.
Somebody send me an email proving that they made somebody, not at gunpoint, listen to our podcast.
I did meet one of our listeners, though, at the festival, saying that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it just somebody from the Isle of Wight?
Yeah, well, it's somebody that I know through somebody else, really. I don't know him personally very well. Hello, Dave, if you're listening, which hopefully you are. He's the bassist from a band that...
He's not even that far removed from you. Like, he's in a band as well on the Isle of Wight.
Because I'm involved with music and stuff, you mean?
Somebody recognised me from my voice in the airport. It's like...
No.
Yeah, I play in the music scene on the Isle of Wight, and I met somebody who plays bass, happens to listen to my podcast.
He liked it anyway. He congratulated us on our podcast.
Did he, or was he just
did.
doing that pat on the back thing that you don't ever say?
No, he sounded very... Sounded like he was being genuine.
Sincere,
yeah. He was just said, he thought that somebody from the Isle of Wight should be doing this sort of thing, chatting about movies and stuff, and it's about time, and he likes it.
Good.
Thanks, Dave.
Make somebody listen to the podcast at gunpoint.
Yeah, true. Threaten them with your bass. He plays an upright bass, it would probably hurt. Anyway.
I think any bass would hurt, wouldn't it?
They're all pretty heavy.
Bass in your face.
Very good. Right, box office totals.
Oh, here we are. I haven't been here for a few weeks.
You've not, have you? Can you guess what's at number one at the box office this week, Ross?
Has Dwayne The Rock Johnson's latest movie been out long?
It has.
It's sat then, isn't it?
No, you'd be very surprised to hear that Skyscraper, in its first week, is straight in at number 3.
Ooh.
Yes. Still being topped by Ant-Man and the Wasp. And
I forgot that came out.
At number 1, though, mate, this is weird. Hotel Transylvania 3.
That's weird, isn't it?
It is very weird. But it's only taken the number 1 spot with 44 million. So it's not a massive, massive take either. So unfortunately, Skyscraper only took 25. So we're talking domestically
summer
here.
blockbuster season's over, isn't it?
No. We've got loads of really good films.
Because Mission Impossible's not out yet.
Mission Impossible. Hereditary is already out.
It's weird. This weather's breaking me, though.
Yeah.
Like, I've forgotten what bad weather's like now. So I'm like, the thought of going to the cinema is like nuts.
Yeah. I had this thought the other day, actually, because there's a month between Ant-Man being released in America and it being released in the UK.
Yeah.
Literally a whole month.
Really?
Which I think is madness. And I thought, well, am I going to go to the cinema anyway? While it's this sunny. I just watch it on my phone.
There's
like some kind of git.
Slightly off topic, but still talking about cinema. There's a really good quality, like film style documentary about the Spitfire plane.
Right.
Coming out cinema tomorrow, I think, because it's the 100th anniversary of the Royal Air Force.
Is it called something like Wings of the Hurricane or something?
It's just called Spitfire.
Okay.
And it's only literally one showing tomorrow at 7 p.m. and then it's not. Then it's gone.
I think I saw another one as well, actually, on the way. It's something to do with the hurricane. I'm sure it was like Wings of the Hurricane being advertised. I'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, you're into your World War stuff.
But I think they're interviewing the lady who lives on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, really?
She's about 105 now, isn't she? But she flew Spitfires in the Second World War. Not combat, she just delivered them from the factory to... Literally, flew them to the airfields.
Amazing.
But probably has more hours in a Spitfire than anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. What an awesome story.
Yeah.
So this documentary is about her specifically, is it? Or
no,
or is it about the plane?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, documentaries, that's another weird thing. They seem to be on the up.
They're all amazing. They've been on the up since Bowling for Columbine.
But it's quite weird to have one in the top 10 as far as moviegoers are concerned, isn't it?
Is there one?
There was, until very recently. Yeah, Mr.
Mr.
When You Be My Neighbour, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's only just literally dropped out of the top 10 in the last sort of week.
But it's because Mr. Rogers is massive in America, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Look, ever so quick, let's get rid of these totals. So Hotel Transylvania 3... Worldwide, it took 100 million actually this week. It only took 44 domestically, so it shows it's doing quite well all over the world as well. Ant-Man and the Wasp its current worldwide total is 283 million, and that's based on a 162 million, rumoured budget, and its break-even point apparently is about 320. So by the time it reaches cinemas over here, it'll be fine. It's going to be quite healthy.
Is it getting a staggered release across the whole planet?
I think it is, yeah, because it must be, because the worldwide take is not the same as the domestic take, so it immediately tells you it's been released somewhere else other than USA, doesn't it?
I guess they wanted to get it out of the way of Comic-Con as well.
Get it out of the way of Comic-Con?
Yeah.
What, so that they can, generate some excitement with other properties, or?
Yeah, I think if they released it the week of Comic-Con, which is this week or next week?
It's next week, yeah.
It would just disappear in the noise from Comic-Con,
Yeah, true.
It?
Fair enough. But they don't have a panel at Comic-Con, but other people's noise.
That's right, yeah.
And Skyscraper, look, 125 million production budget on that one. Worldwide, it took 65. Oh, well, closer to 66, but yes. So showing that Johnson is still a draw, but remains an example of kind of a modern movie star who still needs a viable concept and a potent brand behind him, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that will...
Because it's the first one that's been released, I think, personally, in a while. The only selling point is The Rock.
I'm intrigued because it's basically Die Hard and The Towering Inferno.
Yeah. So it should appeal to us to a degree. But, San Andreas, for instance, disaster movies are huge. People love disaster movies. Jumanji, automatically a selling point there. This one, it's
I wouldn't have called Skyscraper too far away from San Andreas.
No.
Really? I thought it was the same when they announced it.
But it's not a disaster movie, is it? It's it's an action caper type thing. But, apparently, when it hits China, that's the time to watch it. Right. At least watch its worldwide total. Because I didn't know this, it's set 100% in Hong Kong.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
So yes, imagine it will do very well on the Chinese market. But yeah, mixed reviews on it though, mate. It sounds like there are some things in it that really don't make too much sense. But it's a rock action movie, so you can't expect too much.
In the course of us doing this podcast, he has turned into the biggest movie star in the world, hasn't he?
Yeah, very true. Comic book movies, Ross.
Yep.
Your favourite part of the show.
My least favourite segment.
You love this part of the show.
I'd rather talk about box office figures.
Of course you wouldn't.
Comic book movies.
Would you like a Black Widow movie?
Who's Black Widow?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be alright.
Yeah, well, there's one coming.
Is she different enough to all the spy
Red Sparrow, you mean?
No. Is her
Atomic Blonde, you mean?
Would her movie be different enough to
Proud Mary?
Winter Soldier.
In actual fact, it's funny you should say that, because she's kind of got her own Winter Soldier type character in the background. So like an evil version of her that's come from the same background. So
I thought they were going to do a complete flip and she would be an evil double agent from America.
Who knows? Who knows where they'll go? But no, I think this person's Russian as well.
Is she not ready to give up that character? She's been in a lot of films, but not had a lot in them.
You mean Marvel movies?
Yeah, she has been in more of them than probably anyone else apart from Samuel L. Jackson.
But her small parts in those films are often quite impacting, aren't they? Like in Iron Man 2, was it? Yeah, it was, where she first turned up as a bodyguard and starts showing off all her martial arts and things. Just that enough. Just that alone is enough to make you think, wow, that's a cool character. So yeah, Kate Shortland is on board to direct. So she has done a load of stuff that I'm not aware of. Berlin Syndrome, Laurie, The Silence, which is a TV movie, and something called Somersault.
Never heard of any.
Never heard of any of those.
I think I've heard of Laurie, but never watched it.
It's kind of like Marvel's trend, isn't it, really? Go for left field directors.
We'll go for left field directors. If they're too left field, we'll just change them.
Yes, true.
Disney.
Hello, Disney. Sticking with Marvel for a second, Ross, have you seen Deadpool 2 yet?
No.
Oh dear. Okay, go and watch it. There's an extended cut, and it's on its way. we've got a UK release date. It's called the Super Duper Cut, and in actual fact, American fans will be able to get hold of it digitally from the 7th of August and on Blu-ray from the 21st, and it's going to be screened at the San Diego Comic-Con next week, and the confirmed UK release 7th of September digitally over here, and on Blu-ray 17th of September.
I shall probably watch it on the 8th of August.
Yes, that's what I thought, to be fair.
As I'm off that week.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to go and see it at the cinema.
It will appear just about everywhere on the internet very, very soon, won't it?
Yep.
It's very good. Very, very good indeed. Really enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah, you're right, though. I think it is adding a fair amount. And yeah, I can't imagine there being like more gore and stuff. Like, it wasn't cut because of the...
for pacing.
Yeah, absolutely. The stuff that was still in it was still bloody enough and gory enough.
It was cut by the editor and not by the BBFC.
Yeah, probably. But it's still got that crazy low... what was it, 15? Over here?
Yeah, you got.
I think it was.
We've spoke about this on the podcast before.
Have, yeah.
You've got to do quite a lot to get an 18 certificate now.
Yeah.
It's got to be sexual violence. Like, violence is fine.
Nasty sexual violence,
but then it would just be nasty sexual violence or violence towards children. There you go, 18.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that, though. Even though I've already seen it, I'm definitely going to watch it again at least a couple of times, because it's like the first one. You know, really, really quick fire jokes, lots of self-reference and stuff, and like
it's the one movie I wish I'd probably seen at cinema this year.
There you go. 2000 AD movies, Ross.
Yep.
You liked Judge Dredd, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Or the Dredd movie, I should say.
I like them both.
Do you like them both?
For all the
you like the Stallone one as well?
Yeah, because it's so bad.
For all its cheesiness.
It's shit, isn't it?
Do you like the character Road Trooper?
Yeah, he's getting a movie, isn't he?
He is now, yeah. Duncan Jones is on board to direct.
Yep.
Do you know Duncan Jones?
Yep. David Bowie's son.
Is he?
Yep.
I didn't know that. It's David Bowie's son.
Yep.
Amazing. That's a good tidbit of information.
Directed Moon and Warcraft.
Warcraft, unfortunately, that's not his best work, to be fair.
It's not a bad movie.
You played the game, though, I suppose, have
Yeah.
you? So, yeah, I watched... Actually, in fact, I reviewed it last week on the show, just completely by chance. And, yeah, bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Bit of a mess, but
feels
makes more sense
feels like
to people.
a director's cut would fix it.
Yeah, like there's lots of bits missing.
Yeah.
Probably again for pacing, and performances were pretty crap as well from human characters. York's all right.
Yeah,
it's just the humans letting the side down. But yes, also Mute quite recently on Netflix, and Source Code, which is another good example of his work.
Still not seen that.
Have you not?
No.
Oh mate, go and watch it. It's very good.
Yeah,
I really enjoy
Jake
it.
Gyllenhaal on a train.
That's the one. Yeah, it's not that simple.
No, I know.
There's a lot more to it than that. It's got an ending that tends to break people a little bit. Mentally, I mean.
Oh, not emotionally?
No.
Oh, good, that's fine, I can handle that.
So, a little bit of emotion, but yeah, generally it's like, how does that work? Is it actually possible? Yeah. Go and watch it. You'll see what I mean.
Cool.
So anyway, he's directing 2000 AD's Rogue Trooper, which is the blue guy running around in the jungle, post-apocalyptic kind of... Oh, no. I suppose during the apocalypse, right? So there's a big war going on, and he's a mutant.
Is that his
of some
character?
sort.
Is the start of how the world goes to shit in Judge Dredd? Or are they... No, because 2000 AD is just
completely
not
different
completely
universe.
related, is it?
No,
None of
that's it. So he's
hardly any of it, sorry. Some of the characters are just completely... Some of the stories are just completely different, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, if I remember rightly, at some point there were a bunch of these guys that... And he's called Rogue Trooper because he's gone off on his own.
Yeah.
He's literally a rogue trooper. And, yeah, he's got, like, a squad on his person. So, do you remember this about the character? So...
he's got, what, like multiple personalities?
Yeah, but they're like chips that are in his gun, his helmet. Is it just the gun and the helmet?
I don't know.
But he has conversations with them. So, yeah, he's always got company.
I'm looking up there, but it's Johnny Alpha.
Yeah, I've got Johnny Alpha up there on the wall. But that's a good figure. I like that one.
It's rubbish radio, though, Chris.
Podcasting, you mean?
Well, it's...
People might know if you've ever seen the Johnny Alpha figure. That's what we need next is a Strontium Dog movie. If we can get a complete, like, 2000 AD...
I'd like a Dredd 2, please.
Dredd 2's on the way, isn't it? Oh, no, it's a TV series we're getting, isn't it?
And, what's her face? Who's the female?
Oh, what, the Psy one? Anderson?
Yeah.
Judge Anderson, yeah.
Well, I'm going to watch that again. I'm going to download that.
Yeah, I watched it again just recently, actually.
It's very good, isn't it?
It's awesome, yeah. Very, very good movie indeed. Yeah, we've not heard any news about the Dredd show just recently, so I'll have to go and have a little dig around, see if I can find anything for next time you're here. Jeremy Renner is going to be in the Spawn movie, if you're interested.
Yeah.
You looking forward to the Spawn movie?
I don't know.
I kind of am.
Is that picture of him, the still of the Venom, like real?
Oh, still
where he's
of
all
what?
a bit like slimy and glistening.
What, the new still of the Venom with the big smile that goes all the way back to the back of his head, sort of thing? Yeah, it's real, I think. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I like that.
It looks very comic book.
Looks excellent.
Yeah. It looks very faithful to some comic images,
yes,
doesn't
faithful
it?
to the source material.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Spawn and I suppose actually Spawn and Venom are very, very, similar. Aren't
I was
they?
so confused then because I was like, yeah, hang on, and then I started thinking of McFarlane and went,
they're going to look very similar, aren't they, when they hit the cinemas?
One's all like sticky out webby things, the other one's all chains.
Yeah.
That's all you got to remember about Spawn, chains.
At the same time, though, Marvel are releasing a movie. One of their properties is very, very similar to Spawn, isn't it? What's he called? Night Watch or something? I'm sure they've got
Spawn's
that on their belt.
Spawn's sort of like half Doctor Strange, half Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
Bit Venom.
True. And a bit Venom. Chainy Venom. But yes, anyway, look, Jeremy Renner is going to be playing Twitch Williams, which is one of the detective characters. Do you know Spawn well enough to know who I'm talking about?
Are we talking about Venom?
No, Spawn.
I thought we were talking about Venom.
You're just confusing yourself. Spawn, yeah.
So I took it off topic by talking about the Venom. Sorry.
Anyway, yes. So there's two detective characters in.
Yeah, I'm well up for a Spawn movie.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. That's a bad movie as well. Judge Dredd bad.
What, Spawn?
Yeah.
It's worse than Dredd. It's worse than Judge Dredd.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it's so bad. You just can't pin down any one thing that's wrong with it. It's badly edited. Like the voice acting in it's terrible. The special effects look bad. Honestly, go back and rewatch that film and you'll realise exactly how bad it is. The only good thing about it is the soundtrack, and that's dated now. So,
is it all like 90s industrial?
No, it's all crossover tunes. So it was rock bands and rap bands, wasn't it?
Oh God,
do you remember?
That sounds not very good. No.
So there are a couple of really cool tunes on it, but nothing that will really stand the test of time. But yeah, go and have a look. You'll see what I mean. Burke and Twitch. That's your two guys from Spawn, isn't it?
Right.
Two detectives. One of them's real skinny. The other one's a big chunky bloke. And at some point they're cops, and I think they might be private detectives or private investigators, like later on in the story. Perhaps they leave the police or something. I seem to remember. But he's the skinny one.
Right.
Looks nothing like Jeremy Renner, to be honest. But
I might read some Spawn comics.
There's a really good animated show.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Like real kind of nice
like
Japanese kind of style. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Like one season, but one fat season.
Yeah, it's good. A couple of quick things. We've spoken about Joaquin Phoenix being in a Joker movie.
That's definitely happening.
It is now definitely happening, yeah. They're starting to shoot in September. It's going to be set in the 80s, and it's going to include Thomas and Martha Wayne. Martha! As characters.
Right, is he going to kill him in a back alley?
You know what? I heard somebody else say this on a podcast. Wouldn't it be really bloody stupid if they decided to go, "Ooh, you know what hasn't been done before? The Joker kills Bruce Wayne's parents. How cool would that be?" That's a fresh idea.
In the 80s.
In the 80s.
It still reeks of DC throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, doesn't it?
It does. So they're going to have like a completely like non-connected set of films that are set in different universes. So this is going to be completely different to like a completely separate universe to the other Batman movies that are going on.
It's like they don't know that they own all their own property.
Exactly.
It's like Warner Brothers are like how Disney and Sony and Fox squabble over who can do what with any Marvel property, except for there's no issues of copyright there.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
It's batshit. It's not getting any better, is it?
No. But, you know, there are things in the comics that they could do, for instance, with the Joker, because there's something to do with the Joker thing being a virus in comics just recently.
Yeah, like there's just too much. There's too much Batman.
I don't think there's enough Batman. There's too much stuff, like Batman villains without Batman.
Yeah.
I'd like loads of Batman movies exploring his rich, like, underbelly of bloody evil characters, but this is I don't know. It's just confusing. I'm looking forward to it because I really want to see how this turns out, but it's just me being a bit kind of.
All it's done is remind
perhaps.
me that there's a couple of Joaquin Phoenix movies I need to catch up on.
Such as?
I haven't seen Her.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I haven't seen.
If you like Black Mirror, then Her is a fantastic film.
And I haven't seen. I don't know what it's called, but it's the Scientology one.
Scientology one.
Is it called The Master?
Don't know about that one.
With I always forget his name. He's dead now.
You seen Walk the Line?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great in that. One of my favourite musical biopics, that one. I like it a lot. Have you ever read Why the Last Man, by any chance?
No.
Cool. Okay. I don't think it actually stands the test of time so well now. I tried to read it just recently. I don't know. Perhaps it's just because I was rereading it, but it's about the world waking up and suddenly, like, all the men in the world die, except for this one guy, and he's the last man on Earth.
I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Is it a comic?
Yeah. It's a comic, yeah. That's why it's in this section.
Is it not very... Are they making a movie of it?
They are. No, TV series, sorry. And Diane Lane has just joined the cast.
Why don't I know that name?
I'll show you who she is.
Oh, that guy, I couldn't remember his name, was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
There you go. There's a picture of Diane Lane. She was in Serenity, the Firefly debrief flip. She's been in House of Cards.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her in
and
things.
she's Martha Kent, of course.
Martha Kent. Oh, yeah.
Superman's mum. Superman's Earth mum. Anyway, Earth mums are easy. Do you remember that movie? Right. That'll do for comic books for us.
Yes.
Cool. Other stuff.
Although there's some interesting stuff happening there.
Yeah, it's very true.
Instead of it just being, and they've named the cast for Black Panther 2.
Look, Entertainment Weekly gave their first official look at Godzilla this week from the sequel, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
And?
Is
this the follow-up to Bryan Cranston, Duncan...
Yeah.
Not Duncan Jones. Who made it?
Who made Godzilla?
Mate, you directed Rogue One, isn't it? Gareth Edwards,
that's the one. But yeah, so the sequel's like closer than I thought. If they've got shots and things appearing in magazines,
yep,
it probably means we're not far away from a trailer sort of territory.
No.
So release date I think is early next year at some point. But yeah, so he's going to be going up against Mothra, Rodan, and the three-headed like beastie monster thing called King Ghidorah.
This gets a bit out there pretty quick, doesn't it?
What's that?
Like Godzilla. Suddenly the things he's fighting get ridiculous.
Yeah, true. But were the bug things in the first film? That was
Mothra,
wasn't
it?
Mothra, was it?
Oh yeah, it was pretty much wasn't it?
It's the same kind of thing, I suppose. But yeah, no sign of a Mechagodzilla, unfortunately.
Do we need one?
At some point, I hope so. What was the deal with Mechagodzilla? Was he made by humans to
fight Godzilla or fight alongside him?
No, to fight against him. I seem to remember them battling in an old Japanese one where it was like the big silly costumes and stuff. I love those old movies.
Paul loves them.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. In actual fact, Legendary Entertainment. We reported on this last week. They're also doing a Gundam movie.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah. So I guess this is like kind of off the back of how well it was received in Ready Player One.
I think they're just going to milk Japanese culture for a bit now.
Yeah,
aren't they?
probably. Do you think about putting these two together? Gundam, Godzilla?
Maybe.
Well, they're putting Godzilla and King Kong together.
Could you just make a good Transformers movie
Well, yeah, but...
Can we have G1 Transformers, the movie?
Well, you're getting that, aren't you?
Meh.
The start of something that should turn into that.
Will it?
Hopefully, yeah. With the Bumblebee movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we've got an old style Starscream in there. An old VW Bug version of Bumblebee. I think that's what they're aiming for.
Or is it a complete reboot then?
It's a soft reboot.
They're just going to... Oh, because they do this with every Transformers anyway, don't they? They go, oh, there was always Transformers here. There was Transformers here before the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Then there was Transformers here before Knights of the Round Table.
This is true.
So they're just saying Bumblebee's just been a Volkswagen Beetle for 40 years and then one day became a Camaro and Optimus Prime took that.
Basically.
It's just hard to reboot it.
Anyway, look. Crossing over of legendary properties. I came up with an idea. Mechagodzilla specifically, could be like created by the same people that build Gundam, perhaps.
Yeah, sounds a bit fan theory to me.
Quite like that idea, because like, do you know what the story of Gundam is?
This, like, they're suits, aren't they?
They are. They're giant robots that you pilot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Earth, a bunch of people decide that they don't want to live on Earth anymore, so they go and live in like space stations.
Yep.
And then they decided they want to be completely independent from Earth, and it kicks off some kind of a war of independence. And the Gundams are the stuff that they use to fight each other.
Right.
Anyway, so we could end up with a legendary verse, which I think would be quite cool. Do it. Cross them all over. Neil Blomkamp. You like a bit of Neil Blomkamp?
Yep. What's he doing? I know what he's doing. Tell me what he's doing.
RoboCop.
Yes.
RoboCop returns. A direct sequel to RoboCop 1, erasing RoboCop 2 and 3.
Don't erase RoboCop 2. It's a good
I think
film.
this as well. Yeah, I think it's...
Erase RoboCop 3, but don't erase RoboCop 2.
Anywho, that's what's going to happen. So the District 9 and Equilibrium director he's been in interviews over the last few days, and turns out he's working with Justin Rhodes, and that's the guy that's co-writing the Terminator film, which is going to do the same kind of thing, isn't it? So he's been looking to get his teeth into something with all the short films and things he's been doing. Have you seen any of those?
No, I haven't, but he feels like a man who's been a bit lost recently.
Yeah. Very true.
He's a great director as well.
Yeah, I love his films.
Even if they're not brilliant.
I said Equilibrium earlier. It's not Equilibrium, is it?
It's Elysium.
Elysium, that's the one. What's Equilibrium? That's the one with Christian Bale, yeah?
Christian Bale's, yeah.
That's a crazy movie. I love
No Emotion movie.
That's the one. Right, okay. Moving on. Billy D. Williams is going to be back in Star Wars 9, Ross.
So weird that he was not in... Like, this is just weird, isn't it?
Do you think?
Yeah, because why wasn't he just in 8?
Well, he's not a character they have to come across, while they're buzzing around the universe, is he?
No, but he was the perfect character. They literally wrote a character that was Lando.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I see what you mean.
Like, Maz Kanata goes, you need to get in contact with this complete, absolute, scoundrel who's brilliant at doing loads of dodgy shit. And it should have just been Lando.
In actual fact, I seem to remember that was the case. They wrote him out as...
Yeah, it reeks of how Poe Dameron was definitely Wedge.
Right.
Because you can just tell.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the character is... The synopsis at the start of the movie for episode 7 is that should have been Wedge.
Yeah.
Like, Princess Leia sends her best pilot.
Wedge Antilles.
And it should have been Wedge Antilles. And he just said he didn't want to be in it, didn't he?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't he Ewan McGregor's uncle or something?
Yeah. I've forgotten his name, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But yes, so my thought on it, I suppose, was just trying to expand the universe a little bit.
Yeah, but they're not expanding it, are they?
No, true.
They're just doing the same thing again and again.
And at the same time, I suppose...
Because all they're going to do is ruin Lando, because they'll definitely kill him off.
Do you think?
They've killed everybody else off, or had...
all the old school characters,
or accidentally somebody's died.
Do you think they'll de-age him?
No.
No? You don't think it's somebody that's got that much cash and stuff would allow himself to age?
I just think in a galaxy far, far away, nobody cared about looking old.
Right, I see. We'll see. But yes, Obviously, they've got some pretty good de-aging technology, haven't they, Disney, that they can play around with if they wanted to.
I'll tell you what's going to happen in episode 9, because they just want to ruin everything.
Go on.
Lando is going to have to do a suicide mission inside the thing he loves.
The Millennium Falcon?
And the Falcon will die as well.
Right.
Which will be the final straw of just...
Wow. With Chewbacca?
Oh, yeah, put Chewie in there as well. Brilliant. Which is mental, because, like... That ship, when you think about it now more than anything, I think that ship's the most important thing still left in Star Wars.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. They've introduced a load of new ships and things, but none of them are as iconic.
No.
But there are some things that they can definitely lean on.
The coolest thing the coolest thing in the new films are those bombers from the latest movie.
Yeah, they look great.
Because they are literally like a Second World War bomber.
Yeah.
Like slow with turret on and stuff. And
yeah.
I was just this bit's so cool. Because it's
with
just
the gravity bombs.
Space.
I've heard other people arguing about this recently as well, about how they would not fall into space and you know what I mean? Because you're right in what you're saying, that there's gravity on board the spaceship that they're dropped from.
Yeah.
And then the momentum just, they're in space, so they're propelled by their own momentum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard other people sort of breaking themselves arguing about it.
Yeah, just don't break yourself about it and understand.
Just relax and enjoy the film. It's fine. There's laser sounds. You can hear things exploding. Anyway, look, Billy D. Williams is an impressive 81 years old.
Is he?
He is.
Cool, he's old, isn't he?
Yeah, bless him. He's looking pretty good, actually. I saw a photograph of him today from some, red carpet event he was at the other day. And he's doing well. Looks like he's got all his faculties.
Cool.
Which is cool. Right, Scarlett Johansson in the news again for the second time today. She has departed the massage parlour crime biopic called Rub and Tug.
Yeah, I heard this as well.
Yes, we didn't really report on it properly last week, so we mentioned the fact that she was going to be in a massage parlour movie called Rub and Tug and had a bit of a joke about it, and didn't really grasp what it was about. So it turns out that it's actually a crime biopic about a transgender person who is also a crime boss.
Right.
Who was running some sort of an operation selling steroids, I think it was, anabolic steroids through the massage parlours, and basically fueling the local football team, which was the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Brilliant.
So yeah, she was quite a big name as far as American crime is concerned.
Excellent. Sounds like good fun, this movie.
It does, and she's stepped aside because she believes that the role should go to a transgender person.
Excellent.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Not knowing much about it last week, I feel quite
there'll be people ripping their fucking teeth out over this.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Donald Trump would hate it.
Just right-wing people being angry about this is incredible.
Yep. So we should look forward to that. I'm surprised there wasn't more... we didn't have more backlash when she was announced for the role. I didn't hear anyone screaming, "Oh my God, but she's not a transgender person, give it to somebody that deserves the role." It's...
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Anyway, yes, so that's... The movie's still going to happen, but it's just her stepping aside to make way for somebody else. So good on you, Scarlett Johansson. That'll be a snooze button. Couple of real quick things then. Downton Abbey, there's a movie coming, Ross.
No one cares. Well, millions of people will care, but I don't.
Lots of people care.
No one listening to this podcast.
Wow, you'd be surprised. It's pretty popular, isn't it? But it looks like it's going to be a prequel.
Right.
Because they've got most of the cast, but they can't get... Who's the...
don't ask me anything. Never seen it.
Yeah, but you know the woman. Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So she's not available or doesn't want to be in it.
Okay.
So, yeah. But there's talk of it being a prequel. We'll see. Blade Runner universe is being expanded again.
Yeah?
Yeah, with books and comics.
Cool.
You're getting a whole line of them, and they are going to be produced in partnership between the production company Alcon Entertainment that made 2049 and Titan Books. So we'll let you know more about that as we do. Zombieland 2 is now completely set in stone.
Yep,
It's
all
on
the
the way.
original cast come back.
Exactly. We already reported on that a couple of months ago, but now it's definitely double confirmed. So
Yeah.
And Frozen 2, that's double confirmed as well.
Is it?
It is.
They've dragged their heels on this, haven't they?
A little bit, but yeah, they're hiring cast members, so
Right.
Yeah. It's always a good sign. And Jordan Peele's Get Out sequel as well.
Yeah.
They've started hiring cast for that.
Yeah, I'm up for a sequel to that.
Yeah, it's a good film.
It's a very good film.
Indiana Jones 5.
No one cares.
That's been pushed back to 2021.
Just keep pushing it back, and then eventually Harrison Ford will die.
I'm not convinced this film will ever actually happen. But
I think if they shit-canned a load of Star Wars movies, then Indiana Jones 5 ain't happening.
True. Just wipe the slate clean. Reboot it.
Start it with Chris Pratt immediately after the Second World War.
Yep. Modernise it a bit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So you can have like Cold War Russians as the baddies, but just do it.
Just a new thing.
Yeah.
I could go with that. I think we said that before. Right, and trailers, ever so quick then. Wonder Park. Have you seen any trailers this week?
Wonder Park? No.
Okay, so there's an animated feature called Wonder Park that's worth having a little look at, trailer-wise. It's about a little kid that finds a theme park kind of hidden in a forest somewhere. And for some reason it's just been...
Does it belong to Michael Jackson?
I don't know. In actual fact...
It's a secret.
The park in the film, interestingly enough, is called Wonderland, but they've avoided calling the film Wonderland. I guess for two reasons. Alice in Wonderland and perhaps Michael Jackson's ranch. So, yeah. Interesting.
No, that was called Neverland.
Was it?
Yeah.
What, Michael Jackson's park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen videos on YouTube of people sneaking in there and it's just creepily just like left?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, has it just been deserted?
Because they've like never decided what to do with Michael Jackson's estate because it's so wrapped up in legal things.
Right.
That people keep going on there and breaking in and just looking around and there's like just like arcade machines still in there and stuff like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So there's loads of YouTube videos and stuff, is there? Cool. I'm going to go and have a look at that. Right. Yorgos Lanthimos. Do you know the director?
No.
He did The Killing of a Sacred Deer, The Lobster, and Dogtooth.
No, never heard of any of those
Really?
films.
You've not seen The Lobster?
No.
Go and watch it. If you like films that are a little bit bizarre, right? And a little,
it depends on the mood.
Not too bizarre, but The Lobster's, interesting. It's kind of like about spirit beings and at the same time internet dating, but not internet dating.
Right.
Dating culture and spirit animals. Yeah. Very interesting, really interesting narrative. Definitely worth checking out. But he's got another film coming called The Favourite, which is about Queen Anne, early 18th century queen.
No.
Bit off the wall, bit nutty. Being played by Olivia Colman.
No idea.
What, Olivia Colman?
Yeah.
No, it's the woman from Peep Show.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing in everything she does. Absolutely fantastic. And this go and look at the trailer. It looks very interesting. Like my kind of movie, to be fair. Doctor Who, that had a new teaser.
No, I just don't care about that anymore.
Again, a lot of people do. And
I know they do.
Yeah, there'll be people smashing their heads against the walls like, Doctor Who's not a woman. But she can be.
Doctor Who can be whatever they want.
Exactly. The Grinch, there's a new trailer for that as well.
There's a new Grinch movie coming out?
There's an animated Grinch movie. This is like the third trailer, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Grinch.
Benedict Cumberbatch
is
voicing him.
It's too American, isn't it? It's just some things can be just a little bit too American.
He is kind of using his Doctor Strange
things.
voice, actually. If you can have a listen to his lines, he does sound a bit like, Hugo Strange. Mary Queen of Scots. Have you seen that trailer?
No.
You've literally not seen any trailers at all. Margot Robbie and Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan's the girl from Lady Bird. Big movie last year. But yeah, this film, again, looks pretty cool. Like, kind of the madness of Mary Queen of Scots and her kind of personal battle with Queen Victoria.
Queen Elizabeth.
Elizabeth I. With Margot Robbie playing...
Yeah. I always get
Elizabeth
muddled with
I.
Bloody Mary as well, and I don't think they're the same person, are they?
Mary Queen of Scots and Bloody Mary.
Yeah, are not the same person.
I don't think they are, no. off the top of my head. I'm
Similar
not particularly
era.
good with English history, but anywho, look, The Extinction. If we want to talk about stuff on Netflix, there's a movie coming called The Extinction, which is about a guy that's having premonitions about an alien invasion, and then it happens, and he's like trying to protect his family and stuff. Pretty corny, but it looks cool.
Yeah, sounds all right.
Oh, and then there's a Christopher Robin trailer as well this week.
Oh, nobody cares about that film, do they?
It's a funny one, isn't it?
Kevin Smith just keeps gushing over it.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, this thing reduces me to tears just watching the trailer.
Hopefully there are enough people that feel the same way. But obviously it's not you, Ross. And then Stephen King, he's got a new thing coming. Because, Stephen King.
What?
What's the property?
Yeah, what's he doing now?
It's a TV series called Castle Rock. And it's a J.J. Abrams produced thing. And it's going to be on Hulu.
Hulu?
So I guess it's their next, or at least they're targeting it to be their next big thing after the Handmaid's Tale disappears.
Right.
Looks good. Looks very dark. About a guy that sort of turns up in prison and nobody has any record of him. And then there's just something a bit off about this bloke. And nobody knows
I'd just
where
let
he's
him
come
go.
from. You're not supposed to be here, mate. Off you go.
Yeah.
Kick him out of town.
Sounds good.
But yes, all of those trailers, ladies and gentlemen, are on our Facebook page. If you'd care to go and have a look. That's Snew with the Crew, of course. Unless you've got anything to add, Ross, we can wrap up the show.
No, I've got nothing to add today.
Cool.
I shall go and watch those trailers like everybody who listens to this podcast.
Right, okay. So, if you'd like to write into us about anything at all, please do. snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. Facebook us, tweet us, anything you like at us. Honourable mentions for Libsyn and Stitcher.
Yep.
For bringing us endless Stephen King properties on a million different platforms.
What's happened to The Long Walk?
Don't know yet.
No.
It was only announced as a script, so yeah.
Script, it writes itself.
That's a way off. We'll have to talk about that off air, because yeah, I'm not sure how I felt about it in the end. But anyway, if you'd like to find anything that we do outside of the show as podcast hosts, my music, Ross's PlayStation handle, Adam's poetry and artwork and stuff, you can find all of the links to those things on our Facebook page. Please go and find those, and I suppose that's about it. Thanks very much for listening, guys.
Thank you.
We'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.